Karibuni, karibuni. Are we ready? I hope somebody can give me a cue. Yeah? Okay, thank you all for coming. Very honored to see so many of you here. Asanteni sana and welcome to Kwacha House. I have a statement to read, and I'll read it and thereafter take questions. So feel free to ask me anything you have in your hearts and minds. Yesterday, increasingly politicized and weaponized DCI purported to issue a 72-hour summons and orders requiring me to surrender non-existent 10 guns and 480 bullets. I am consulting with my lawyers on these summons. They are ingenuous, feeble, and a political witch hunt. The DCI has maliciously and politically been violating my fundamental rights and freedoms. Not too long ago, you saw ATPU break into these very same premises. They have been subjecting me to political persecution and repression, and this dates back all the way to the year 2017. However, I want to state categorically here that I will neither surrender nor succumb to this abuse of law enforcement agencies for political purposes. In June 2019, the High Court ordered that the state return all my firearms that were confiscated in 2017. The judge ruled that the state had acted irrationally by cutting away those guns while I still held a valid license. The court declared that my rights were violated by the DCI. The judge cited the actions of the DCI as being unlawful and actuated by malice. Malice. The court granted orders that all firearms be returned to me, and it has never happened. The High Court squashed the charges and summons that had been issued against me after finding that the case pressed against me was done out of bad faith and sinister motives. I want to reiterate what I said outside the courts in Milimani. George Kinoti is but a poodle in this political game. He is a convict. He was convicted last year in February by the courts. And really, a convict cannot be a police officer. In November 2021, the High Court sentenced Kinoti to 4 months imprisonment for disobeying that court order. He is an embodiment of impunity and abuse of power. He has not obeyed any of those orders. The judge earlier directed that the DCI return all firearms that were taken from my residence. Today, he has the audacity to ask me to give him firearms. The same Kinoti, and I think this is important people know, because it's important to articulate a persecution. The same Kinoti in 2017 took 3 vehicles from my home in Malindi. Those 3 vehicles for 5 years have been held in the police station, and those are high-end vehicles, rotting there, no charge, no nothing, no substantiation, but they have refused to release them. The same Kinoti tried to charge my father and I in Nyeri, charges that were dismissed. I can tell you as completely malicious and unfounded. The latest summons and orders are very curious. They coincide with the ODM Party National Delegates Congress due to start February 25th. Earlier, I had warned that my party leader, with the help of Uhuru Kenyatta, were using the DCI to harass, intimidate, and silence me. The last time they raided my residence, I had planned to give notice of a special delegates congress. Mr. Odinga is in cohort with President Kenyatta, and they want to stop my presidential bid by whatever means. I will not be cowed. Apparently, the National Executive Committee has illegally and unconstitutionally expunged my name from the list of delegates to the Party National Delegates Congress this coming weekend. This was apparently done in December 2021. Further, a large number of bona fide branch officials who are aligned to me have also been barred from attending the same NDC. In November 2021, the party leader tried to clandestinely change the party constitution in full violation of the party's constitution and Section 9 of the Political Parties Act. Mr. Odinga wanted the registrar of political parties to illegally approve changes to the party constitution on the procedure for entering into mergers, lowering the threshold for updating the members' register, and on the requirement for the quorum of meetings to an NGC. The changes to the party constitution are meant to tinker with the requirement of a requisition of a special delegates congress. When reason does not prevail, ODM, which is, and I've repeated this, like a new wing of this government of Uhuru Kenyatta, resorts to using agencies that we together fought to keep away. What they are doing to me now is what Raila and I went through when they raided my home, Muthaiga 44, in 2017. It is strange that Raila and his new cohorts are now partially in government, are employing the same tactics. Really, if ODM has learned the bad manners of using investigative agencies to silence reason, as he is doing now, what happens should he ascend to power? My only request to my beloved party, open the space for democracy. Open the door, open the door, open the door. The Registrar of Political Parties has given us until April 22nd for NDCs of parties that are participating in the 2022 election. Why don't they cancel the defective notice and issue one that is more inclusive? The party has extended the period for aspirants to apply for positions, including that of presidency. We want this process open. Open the door, open the door, open the door. Finally, it is a critical moment that all Kenyans collectively stand up and unyoke themselves from the stranglehold of the Kenyatta and Odinga families. The two families feel entitled and privileged while treating Kenyans as their subjects. The two families represent a parasitic, predatory, and a cruel leadership. It is an Itweka moment. At independence, we inherited a destructive and dangerous pandemic virus. It has been mutating. We have had difficult variants of this original virus. In every election cycle since 1964, we have seen the original virus mutating and taking different shapes and names. Today, we are told there are two horses. Nothing can be further from the truth. The two horses are nothing but the second generation of the original virus that is mutating into a third variant. it is another 60 years of slavery in the making. I want to assure Kenyans that I will be on the ballot, and where I will be is where the next government will be formed. It will be a government of the people and for the people of Kenya. It is a moment to cure the corrosive pandemic virus we inherited at independence. It is the end of 60 years of human and economic deprivation to our Kenyan people. It is not a working system. No, it is a political and economic systemic change of the system. I will uproot and change the rigged system that has dehumanized, deprived, and brutalized the Kenyan people in their millions. I call upon young Kenyans especially. This is a decisive mission you must own and hold. It is your time more than anybody else. Thank you. Asanteni sana. So I don't know whether you have any questions. Liz, yes, my dear. What's your name? Sorry? Yes, Gena. Okay. Thank you for that, those two questions. Let me just answer. I'll go around. On your first question, as I said earlier, they say that I was removed in December. I don't know how I was removed, but at least they've accepted the fact that I was a delegate. And I believe I'm still a delegate because nobody gave me notice that I'm not a delegate. I heard it from the first time yesterday. This just goes to show you the undemocratic practices of this party. I want to assure my fellow ODM members, I will be at Kasarani, should Kasarani go on this coming weekend. I shall be there. I shall present myself. There was no process of an election of delegates that I know of, or any so-called harmonization that they talk about that I am aware of. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm a legitimate delegate to that NDC. I was removed in December. Please take note. This was after I had announced my intention to be a presidential candidate. Why would they remove me? Is a question Kenyans should be asking. On the second, the court issued itself and pronounced itself very clearly all the way back in 2019 about my firearm license. The court is supreme in the land, not vetting of Matiang'i. The court announced and pronounced itself clearly on the issue of whether I have legal or illegal firearms. They were pronounced as legal. Subsequent to that, the DCI, who has refused to return those firearms to me, has been convicted. He's a convict of the law because of that. He is also now sentenced. He just got a stay on his sentence. So I think I cannot answer to Matiang'i if the court has pronounced itself. The rest is just procedural. Yes, ndugu yangu. I've answered. Okay. Yes. Shidera. Yes, Shidera. Sema ndugu yangu. Kwanza nilijua tu jana kwa runinga, nyinyi watu wa Fourth Estate ndio mliambia mimi ati kuna mtu anaitwa Aladwa, chairman wangu wa Nairobi, ambao amesema siko kwa hiyo list. Si ni leo tu. Na mimi nasema leo kwa sababu sijaambiwa, sijapatiwa notice na mtu. hata kuniambia ati siko, nitakuwa Kasarani kama itakuwa weekend hii, nitakuwa hapo hapo. Kwa mambo ya Oka nilisema hata huku Kitui, watu wa Oka ni vinara wa Oka ni marafiki zangu, lakini Oka si ODM. Chama changu ni ODM. Nilikuwa naungana na wao kwa ajili sisi ni marafiki, lakini si unaona sasa niko kwa ODM. Na ODM walisema wako kwa Azimia. Sijui wapi hiyo Azimia ilitoka, kwa sababu mimi nikiwa delegate siambiwa Azimia ilitoka wapi. Ndio tunataka kuona tukienda Kasarani hiyo Azimia ilitoka wapi, kwa sababu muungano wa Azimia ni kama muungano mwingine. Hata ya NASA lazima ipelekwe kwa national delegates kwanza, iseme ati kuna azimio ambao kuna mpango, kuna coalition ambao tunatengeneza, wa delegates waseme wanaingia. Umeshika? Asante. Ini ingine? Yes, my dear. Yes. I don't know what signs these you're reading, because I read it differently. I read the party constitution and I read the laws of this land. And the party constitution is very clear about how a candidate for presidency is elected. That person is elected at a national delegates congress. There's no other substitute. And it is done every 5 years. So I don't know which signs you're reading, because I am insisting that they follow the law as per their party constitution. Otherwise, we shall call them constitutional party delinquents. And when they are called delinquents, there is another process in court. So kindly, let's not assume the end is nigh when it has not even come yet. We are just beginning. Kama haijanipatia ticket, kama haijanipatia tikiti namna gani? Kama ni halali, kama kuna uchaguzi ambao mimi nashindwa, hiyo hapo nitasema ni sawa. Na kama si halali, hiyo ni kitu kingine. Si tutazungumza mambo ya hiyo ikija. Sasa unajua hii ni demokrasia. Ukiwa kwa mlengo wa demokrasia, kila mtu anapambana njia yake. Si ndio? Mimi napambana njia yangu, yeye apambane yake. Si tuko marafiki? Na ni chama ndio kwanza, ndio msingi wetu. Na chama ndio tunataka ifaulu, ishike power. So lete aende yake, mimi niko na yangu, tukutane kwa deme ya chama. Lakini kisheria cha chama, kikatiba cha chama inaandika nini? Inasema kukiwa na competition lazima kuwe na uchaguzi katika NDC. Hata yeye sijui kama anasimama akiwa candidate wa ODM, amepiga application yake. Hatujaiona. Hajasema? Eh? Kama ni kichume cha sheria, sikuna high court. Sikuna high court. Hatujaisha hii maneno, hii haijaisha. Sikuna sheria. Yes. You know, you're trying to push me when we have not had a fight yet. We are just beginning. Okay? I categorically state the following. that if the party does not follow the laid down procedures and the law of the party, they shall have those consequences to deal with, and I'll have my consequences to deal with. Wait until that happens, and I will tell you where we go from there next. Sasa? Eh. Eh. Hapana, hatujatafuta huo wakati. Wajua, sijui kama nimekuwa adui ya hii chama, sijui ama wengine kwa chama. Kwa sababu ni kama sasa nimekuwa mtu ambao niko pasano na grata. Unaona? Hata kwa delegate list wananitoa. Hiyo ni kumaanisha yani nimekuwa adui kwa ajili ya kupendekeza demokrasia kwa chama niende kwa kiti ya urais. Hii ni upuzi. Na hiyo upuzi hatutakubali ndugu yangu. Umeshika? Hatutakubali. Okay? Asanteni sana. Thank you. Now, there is also a statement from some of the chairmen who are part of the case that is before the tribunal, but more importantly, they've been kept out of the delegates meeting, and they have a statement to issue. Karibuni.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I am Reverend John Jenga Kamau. I am Chair Nyandarua County, and also a delegate who have not yet been invited for the NDC on Friday. We have the entire Mount Kenya ODM leadership here, part of Nairobi, part of Roa Eastern, and we are here to issue this statement in defense of democracy. We, the bona fide chairs and delegates of the National Delegates Conference, NDC, from various ODM branches across the country, are deeply troubled by the harassment and intimidation we are getting after filing a case at the Political Parties Tribunal against our party, ODM, on 17th of February 2022. Our suit against the party goes to the heart of democratic standards that are under severe threat. Most of us has been intimidated, some by CID, and others have had Kenya Power disconnect electricity at their homes without any pending bills. We have also been removed from delegates' lists and positions as sub-county officials without our knowledge and consent. We have noted the same political persecution and repression is happening to ODM Life member and presidential candidate Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi. We insist that the planned NDC is illegal and in violation of our party constitution. We want to reiterate our earlier statement and stand that no matter what, we shall stand to be counted as party, as people of truth who want to liberate our party, ODM, from dictatorial fiat. We note that our party leader, who has been harassed for many years by state machinery for fighting for democracy, has now become an oppressor. We could not have imagined that Right Honorable Raila Odinga can stand to see his party members being harassed and intimidated by state agencies because of their defense of democracy. We are going to soldier on, legally and politically, and let there be no mistake. If we don't get justice from the Political Parties Tribunal, on 25th and 26th February 2022, we shall be attending the NDC to fight for democracy. We call upon all the ODM delegates across the country who have been removed from the NDC delegates list and denied their democratic right to attend the NDC to be on standby because we are unstoppable. Finally, we want to notify security agencies that if anything happens to the party member and presidential candidate, Mr. Wanjigi, or any of us, the ODM top leadership should be held responsible and accountable. We demand that the DCI and other security be politically neutral as per the 2010 Constitution of Kenya. If they do not show commitment to observe and adhere to the Constitution, we will go to courts for deterrence. It is signed by ODM chairs, delegates, and members. Unless there is a question also. But before we answer anything, we have had our meeting there as leaders, and we were asking this very vital question, just like His Excellency have addressed. If indeed DCI knows he has 11 guns or 10 and 450 ammunitions, how come they have left him to continue holding them in breach of security for Kenyans? Why didn't they carry and charge him without offense? Why are they giving him 72 hours to surrender something that is harmful to the people of Kenya? And why 72 hours just 3 days before NDC? Why not today? That is the question we were asking ourselves here. We are also wondering, why is the NDC delegate list being tampered with? I've seen in the papers today that they will meet somewhere before going to Kasarani, so that if you are a member or you are a delegate, you must be there first to confirm. Is it that there is another list they are going to prepare between today and Friday? I thought this is something that should have been done long ago, but just to prevent him from contesting. And we are demanding, especially from Mount Kenya. Some of us, we have vied on ODM when it was not popular. We were neglected. Right now, after Azimio, we are still getting neglected. Then the question is, are we children of lesser God? And we are not required in ODM. If Mount Kenya is not the matrix, we need to be told. We are not lack of options. And as His Excellency have said, we are looking to the ballot, either through ODM, and if they close the door, God can open another door. But we are going to go to the ballot through His Excellency Junior. And we are ready and we are determined. No retreat, no surrender. Thank you. Any question? Thank you so much.
Thank you. Asante sana. Good. Thank you.
Sikilizeni, ile sauti yetu. ODM. Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi. Valia wote. ODM. Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi. Valia wote. ODM. Jimmy Wanjigi. Jimmy Wanjigi. Valia wote. Thank you very much. Thank you.